J'ai travaillé dans la finance. Is that how you say it in French? That sounds so weird. And I asked ChatGPT what I can do. I just got back from my French class. C'était la 6e classe, il y a 10 en tout. Je vais avoir plus pour le niveau prochain. Je trouve encore que la compréhension orale le plus difficile. Nous avons appris la place de pronom, de l'adjectif avec le passé composé et le négatif. Il y a beaucoup de parties, mais je m'améliore et j'espère que je vais continuer de m'améliorer. Oui.
London has really warmed up and we've had quite a lot of warm sunny days this March. I know the weather will probably relapse a few times, I'm not getting my hopes up, but one thing to count on is daylight hours are noticeably longer now. These weekly lessons have been providing structure to my week. I am also hoping to make brunch a weekly habit to create more of a distinction between my weekdays and weekends. For the first time, I'm turning into a bit of a homebody without course mates or colleagues that I have to see, which I am enjoying, but humans are highly social creatures. We're poorly suited for solitary survival. I will be no exception, hence my effort to routinely get out of the house, even if it's just for brunch, to keep my mood up until the warmer weather finally settles in.
I haven't used a glue stick in like forever. It really does feel like going back to school. So I just got some homework back from my professor and she marked all of them. It's crazy how like when you're learning about a topic you basically need to write about it to practice any new grammar and just practice using the vocab as well. And like you really have to think about your life and life events, which is quite funny because I don't like thinking about them anymore. The other thing is, it really reminds me of my French oral, the French speaking exam I did at the end of when I was studying French as a kid, and I was basically making up my favourite singers and my favourite actors and actresses just so I had something to say. I hope now I'm a little bit more truthful, although these passages can get a little too real sometimes. I don't know. So this is one of the earliest homeworks, and it's about mon parcours de vie, basically my life story, and yeah, let me just read it. I have free will. This is my video, so I have complete control over what I put in these. Okay. Je m'appelle Siwei et j'ai 24 ans cette année. Je suis née en Chine et j'ai grandi à Shanghai. There's some repetition with my other vlog where I documented going to the first class. But anyway, Shanghai est une ville très moderne et je l'adore. Mais ma famille a déménagé en Angleterre où j'ai continué mes études il y a 13 ans. Donc je peux parler chinois et anglais. Et maintenant j'apprends le français parce que c'est très utile de parler plusieurs langues. True? Yeah. J'ai étudié la physique à l'université et j'ai fini mes études en été 2023. Être étudiante me manque. I don't really miss it, to be honest. Après l'université, j'ai déménagé à l'est de Londres pour mon travail. J'ai travaillé dans la finance. Is that how you say it in French? That sounds so weird. Comme investment banker pendant 9 mois au total. Je n'ai pas détesté le travail, mais je ne l'ai pas aimé. Okay, first, two things. First of all, I didn't realize how passive aggressive this paragraph is. Maybe I should skip it. No, I've committed to this, and also with my limited vocab I can only say things that I know how to say, right? I will read everything. But the other thing I wanted to say is this is a perfect example where I was like so confused. Je ne l'ai pas aimé. It's passive composé negative, and then I'm using a preposition which comes before the verb, but it's like still sandwiched between the negatives. Yeah, this is when I'm doing listening, I'm just like, I don't know what happened with all these little bits, and when I'm speaking I also need to just like really pause and think. But of course with languages it's always the case that with practice it will get better. Les jours étaient troublants. En moyenne on travaille 80 heures toutes les semaines. J'ai quitté mon travail dans la finance. I still don't know if that's how you say it in French. Parce que j'ai des envies à l'extérieur du travail et je veux un équilibre avec ma vie personnelle. Je dois chercher un autre travail à un moment donné. Ce n'est pas facile. Je ne suis pas sûre de ce que je veux faire ensuite. Peut-être je deviendrai professeur et enseignerai les mathématiques ou la physique au lycée. That's actually a really nice idea, and I think that's what ultimately yeah, okay, I'm gonna shut up. Je voudrais rester à Londres parce qu'il y a toujours beaucoup à faire ici, mais Londres est aussi une ville très chère. Maintenant, je prends mon temps. J'utilise mon temps pour apprendre le français, voyager et faire des vidéos pour YouTube. Je voudrais m'amuser avant d'avoir un travail encore. And my teacher put c'est important next to the last sentence, which was really sweet. Anyway, okay, I don't know how to end this segment. I'm gonna have something to eat and then go to bed. It's really late. The classes are all evening classes. So yeah, good night. In my December vlog, you would have seen me clear out my wardrobe, and now I'm just sorting out my clothes into two piles: donation and resale. I've never sold secondhand clothes online before, and my friend kindly put me in touch with a sister who gave me some advice on how to use Vinted. This is not a sponsored video at all. I've got like 18 subscribers, although if you are one of them, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so I thought in this economy I could really benefit from making some extra cash. Everything that has a stain or some sort of defects, they're all washed and cleaned, of course, but everything that has a little bit of a stain on it or something are going into the donation pile, whereas I do actually have some branded pieces that are of quite good quality. They're just not my style anymore, so I'll be putting those up on Vinted. I haven't made an account yet. I reached out to my friend's sister back in December and it's now March, so sometimes I can really put things off, but I really am getting around to it. I feel like in every episode or every vlog, somehow I end up with some home improvement content. I think it's just because it's on top of mind at the moment, as I finally have the time and energy to focus on making my space more cozy and lived in. The more I embark on this journey, the more I love the process. I can really feel tangible improvements to my quality of life. For example, I changed out my duvet, which honestly massively improved my quality of sleep, and I'm loving that. And it's not always about spending a huge amount of money. It's more to do with understanding your own preferences. For example, I took the time to figure out that I in fact don't like weighted blankets, but I do love having a huge light duvet that's bigger than my bed. And I know these things sound a bit silly, but it really is the everyday things that can elevate your life. Oh, another update, I changed the color scheme of my sofa. I switched for a warmer, darker tone. Excuse the weird angle, I'm sitting on the floor, but yeah, I've had these blankets in storage for forever, but I didn't even know I'd prefer this style to an all grey aesthetic. So the only thing left right now is to find new pillows. I did pop onto the third floor at Harrods, as well as checking out at Nat Peel, the cashmere store. They also have a bedding line, but one square pillow is upwards of 200 quid, and if I'm looking for a pair, that'd be starting from 500, and respectfully I'm not at the level yet where I can happily pay for that. No thank you. So for now I'd just be sticking with this, and I mean I did steal this from my mum's when I moved out, so, and I haven't even seen anything with embroidery that is this soft, so I do really love this. It's just I wish it was a warm toned or a darker color. That's the only thing, although this is not an urgent quest at all, so I think what I'll do is pop into John Lewis intermittently to see if anything catches my eye that is at a much more reasonable price point. Yeah. So I don't know what confidence came over me, but you've probably already gathered that we are going to cook some red wine braised short ribs. I can feed myself alright, like I can do a stir fry, I can cook up some salmon, boil some noodles, but that's about as much as I feel comfortable with. But honestly, I'm just quite intrigued how this is going to go, and I have a very good reason for doing this recipe in particular, because I am actually sober now. It's almost 4 months. It'll be 4 months in less than a week that I'm sober from alcohol, but I still have way too many bottles of wine just at home. I don't even know how. I mean, I do know how, but we don't need to go into that. I'm not even going to show you the whole like collection because it's just embarrassing, but I've picked out this one pretty much just at random. I don't even know. So this is the one we're using. I don't know if the flavour will complement the beef, but you know how bad can it be, right? I know for some people, if they're going sober, they wouldn't even want alcohol in their cooking sauces, either for religious reasons or just out of personal choice. For me personally, I'm fine with the concept of using wine or alcohol in general to add flavours to the dish. The alcohol content itself should more or less evaporate away anyway, but like I respect if people don't do that. If people just don't want any alcohol in their food, in that case I've looked up, you just add a bit more beef stock to replace the liquid content that the wine provides. Yeah, so that's that. Because it's a slow cooked recipe, it will probably take 3 hours. I don't even have like a recipe that I'm strictly following. Like literally I don't know what confidence came over me. I'm just gonna see how it goes, but it will probably take around 3 hours. And it's already 6 p.m. I planned to start this way earlier in the afternoon, but I got a little bit thrown off by something else earlier today. I don't know whether I should tell this story because it doesn't feed into the whole branding of me being a strong, independent woman. But, oh, this is so dumb.
I was just taking some supplement tablets, and they're like those huge ones. When I was swallowing, I jolted my head forward for absolutely no reason, and just immediately I felt like it didn't quite go down all right. Throughout the whole panic, which lasted a while, I could breathe all right, so it's very unlikely that it went down the trachea, the wrong pipe. So that's really a relief. But then it was clearly like it wasn't going down. I felt very uncomfortable. And I asked ChatGPT what I can do, because who else can I rely on, right? And then ChatGPT basically told me to take small sips of warm water to help dissolve the tablet, and do not take large gulps, which is exactly what I did before I asked ChatGPT. So that's great. And then also to kind of swallow some small chunks of soft food like banana or yogurt. Fortunately, I had these, and none of it was working. I know I'm sounding really dramatic, but honestly, it was like quite painful around my throat and chest area, and I was like properly sweating. I was very much in pain. I was just like, oh my god, I probably need to go to the GP tomorrow if it still feels this way, because it was like serious discomfort. But fortunately, in the end, I was kind of just applying pressure to my chest because I just needed that, and I probably shoved it in the right way or another, and then it went down, and I felt alright.
I know, it's a riveting story. You're probably on the edge of your seat, but yeah, alright. I got that off my chest, so we should really get on with some cooking. I'm actually really proud of myself that over the 4 months I never really been tempted to drink this, even though it's just sitting at home. How do I open this again? Oh my god. Success! I said it too early. Oh! Yay! Oh my god, it smells so good. Oh my god, I can't just drink it. Okay. It needs to wait. Right. It genuinely smells so good though. What? There's only half a bottle of red in there at the moment, just because I was a bit worried that it was gonna overflow. I think once that's up to a boil, I'll add the beef in and then just leave it on the stove and check in on it every hour or so. I don't have a looker set, I'm not at that tax bracket yet, so I've just got this and I'll just leave it on the stove, which is fine and it should work. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Look at this masterpiece. Oh my god. It's literally 10 p.m. I'm not even joking. I'm in my pajamas, please. I'm gonna do a taste test. It's still very much a soup in the pot. I think you are supposed to take the beef out and let the sauce thicken. But I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry and so tired. So I'm gonna taste this now. Yeah, I'm sorry if you can hear something in the background, that's my washing machine. My whole room smells absolutely divine, and I guess the only two things I'm slightly worried about is the texture of the beef, but also of the veg. I think I'm probably supposed to put the carrots and potatoes in much later, but I don't know, we'll see. The beef, I did stab it with a fork and it was really easy, so it should be ready. I'm also worried about seasoning. I ended up looking up a couple of recipes. A lot of them suggest that you season the beef and dust it with flowers before browning. But honestly, I'm really happy with this, and worst come to worst, I'll just have some salt by the side. Right. Oh my god, it's genuinely perfect. It's so tender. And I think perhaps I could use a bit more salt, but it does definitely already have flavour.
I actually can't believe the cooking segments on this channel have been such a success. I do feel like I'm taking care of myself. The monotonous and repetitive nature of everyday chores, without huge milestones or achievements from work, sometimes makes me feel depleted and find even the simplest tasks impossible or meaningless. But I'm learning to see the magic in the little things and embrace their healing powers. I'm starting to enjoy the process of taking the time to know myself, my body, my preferences, what works, what doesn't work in my routine, what I love and what I don't like. It seems frivolous at times, but this journey of building a system tailor-made for myself is in fact extremely rewarding and greatly improving my quality of life. Of course, I get it wrong sometimes. I tried going to the gym more often, but because I lacked the knowledge or I'm not in the habit of fueling my body properly, I experienced some of the worst energy crashes in recent months. In fact, at the time of recording this voiceover, I'm experiencing a bit of pain in my left hip in certain movements. This is a newly developed issue. Hopefully, and most likely, it is just some tension that will go away with some stretching exercises that one of the yoga instructors at my gym suggested. But if not, then I would need to see a physio. Just one of those things life throws at you. But it's not my intention for this to turn into an event. I'm capable. I know I will figure it out. And you know what they say, awareness wins you half the battle. I am grateful to be more in tune with my body and mind. What a luxury it is to have a space of my own to call home, to understand how my body functions, to be selective of the things I allow into my life, and take the time to learn how to love and provide for myself. I hope you have enjoyed these snippets of my life in London. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.